There is so much going on in the world today and in the wider world that if the profession doesn't have an opportunity to get together, it can't debate and it can't challenge itself and it can't just think about the future. And obviously, today I've been particularly looking at valuation reports and where these could go and what could be done with them. It's great to have an opportunity to present ideas and stir a bit of debate between people.
I'm here in a professional capacity to keep abreast of changes to RICS policy, latest thinking, and the technological advances as well that are being mooted around the industry in valuation.
Here to have an update in terms of what's going on in the market, the latest trends, and particularly was interested to know more about the technology elements that are being discussed as well.
It's important for our members to get some relevant continued professional development. It's a requirement within the RICS that members obtain 20 hours a year. We are facilitating that by providing those members with an opportunity to get some relevant CPD.
Just good to meet other colleagues who are doing similar things and find out what new things or issues are going on that affect us on a day-to-day basis.
I think they're important for two things. One, to make sure that valuers have the opportunity to be exposed to some of the latest thinking, and that they're brought up to speed on one or two of the regulatory issues and ask them to reflect on it. And secondly, it's obviously important from a networking point of view.
Well, it's very important for those of us who are on the fine art and antique side, because we don't get that many chances of meeting up and sharing knowledge. So to come along today and to share knowledge with my fellow professionals, that is very important to me.
So we spoke about the new accounting standard for leases, which is coming into effect in 2019, and we spoke about what the impact of that is going to be, because it will impact just about every company because they all lease assets, and it is a very fundamental change from an accounting perspective, and it's really just trying to help people get their heads around kind of what the impact is going to be.
The best session so far was certainly the legal update, because whenever you're valuing items, you need to have that little element of fear in the background of what could go wrong. It just keeps you on track to make sure that you do everything correctly, just in the knowledge that if something does go wrong, you've got all bases covered.
Well, I think the compliance and risk session that we had in terms of some of the case law is always interesting. I think the case law continues to change. It's always been a very active kind of topic to keep on top of and difficult to kind of incorporate within our day-to-day business. The other element is technology. I think it's what everyone's talking about at the moment. The question is how it's going to impact us. Will it be soon? Will it be in the next 10 or 20 years? So those are really the key issues for me at the moment.
I thought the technology session that's just gone was pretty interesting. Not sure I totally agree with it, but it certainly provoked some thought. And I'm looking forward to the afternoon with the trade-related valuation section.
Well, in terms of technology, the great thing is that with the internet, there's more information out there. The bad news with the internet is there's more information out there. And nothing has really changed as a valuer. My job has always been to analyse information. The key to valuation is the information. So nothing's changed apart from there is just this massive information out there, and perhaps it's a little bit more difficult to fish between the good and the bad.
It could be really exciting. It could really help us to provide a better service to our clients and be quicker, more efficient, make sure we're more accurate, or as accurate as we can be. On the other hand, I think there's also quite a lot of issues or risks associated with it in terms of, is there a higher chance of getting things wrong or having a bigger degree of risk associated with it. So we'll need to make sure we keep an eye on all of those elements and try to use technology in the right way to get it right rather than allowing it to go wrong.
I think they're doing the right thing in seemingly partnering up with EG Group. just to explore what could be done. But I think to firmly commit is quite dangerous. And so going into it in a fairly relaxed way is the right way to be. And issuing guidance and the publication from last year is a pretty sensible start.
I actually went to a conference the end of last year about 5G and how that's going to come in over the next few years. But of course, we can't introduce it yet because 4G, the income stream, hasn't been exhausted yet. But everything is going to be 40 times quicker under 5G. That's going to benefit my profession. There are already moves for the information that we use for cataloguing, whether it's for sale purposes or for inventory purposes, to be more streamlined, and that allows us to spend more time on what's really interesting.
The problem I think the valuation industry has, and it's partly my own making as well as others in my industry, is that we've got people onto these service level agreements where you are on a timetable. You've got to deliver your report in a timetable to a set fee, and you end up on this bit of a relentless type wheel that, yeah, I've got that instruction done, I now need to move on to the next one. And we've got to just step back from that and try and look wider.
I think particularly with regards to the machine and business assets, which I represent, it is the use of unqualified valuation personnel. That is one of our biggest issues today that we're facing. So our real estate colleagues are supported through the banks and the lending institutes where they are recognised as being qualified, and those institutes won't use unqualified valuers, whereas in the machine and business asset sector there is a propensity to use unqualified personnel to provide valuation advice, and I think that is the biggest thing that we are facing today as a profession. The solution is to educate our clients and to make our clients aware that so you get what you pay for essentially. If you want professional advice, then you need to ask a professional.
The valuation profession, I think, is a great profession, and there's some amazing people doing some really good quality work and providing people like myself on the client side with some reports of great quality and a really good timetable. But increasingly our customers, the people we're reporting onto, want more insight into markets and the future and trends and what's happened in the past and how might that affect the future. And with all the data opportunities out there and the new skills which are coming in through digital revolution, there's a real opportunity for the business to grasp that and to take the industry on to another level, which not only will hopefully satisfy customers at my end and on my side of life, but also hopefully spark another generation of young valuers into the industry, where I think the concept of writing large reports has become very repetitive, and I think there's a real, if we get it right now, there's a real chance to sort of encourage and bring new people and new ideas and new blood into the industry.